Hello, my name is Dr. Ronald Prane. I have a practice limited to treating TMD disorders, orificeal pain, headaches, and sleep breathing disorders here in the Houston area. The purpose of this video is to demonstrate to you how I relate a very complicated subject to a patient in a more simplified manner. Please know that this is just where I'm at this point. Knowledge changes and we learn more and understand more. And the purpose of the video is not necessarily for education, but just to show you a way to relate this to the patients in a simplified way. Okay? So, Linda, thank you for coming in today. We have reviewed with you your x-rays, your exam, and what my findings are. So what I want to do right now is to simply summarize your main problem. Your main problem is that when you lay back at night, your airway starts to collapse as your tongue falls back into your throat. And your brain goes, ding, 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 I got to do something. And what it wants to do is to clench. So when you clench, your tongue drives forward and it relieves the airway starting to collapse. So you don't have sleep apnea, but you are working hard to keep your airway stable at night. The work you're doing is causing three problems for you. One is it's fragmenting your sleep. It's causing you to wake into higher levels of sleep all night long. This leads to fatigue. Two is the clenching you're doing is causing your headaches in the morning and causing your headaches and migraines. And three is that the clenching you're doing has basically squeezed the lubrication out of your jaw joint. The lack of lubrication is what you came to me for, the TMJ problem you have. So the lack of lubrication is also causing three problems for you. One, it's causing to affect the bone. The lack of lubrication is starting to cause arthritis on your bone, up in your jaw joint. Two is the lack of lubrication is causing your disc up there to become unstable, popping, clicking, locking. And three is it's causing pain. So you have pain in your jaw. That's what you came to me for. So the solution is going to be number one, we're going to rehabilitate this jaw joint. We need to get that lubrication back. And that's the purpose of a splint. We're going to make you a TMJ splint designed solely to relax these clenching muscles, get the pressure off the joint, and allow the joint to re-lubricate. And we'll be giving you physical therapy and do all the things we need to do to rehabilitate the jaw joint. In the meantime, I'm going to send you for a sleep study. The purpose of the sleep study, and it has to be done in a sophisticated way, so because you don't have apnea, remember, your oxygen doesn't drop. But I want a sleep study that's going to determine how much effort you're putting in. And for that, we're going to send you to a sleep study that does esophageal pressure monitoring. Dr. Simmons does that here in town. If the study comes back and you are actually losing the battle, oh my gosh, the oxygen is dropping, this is bad, then we'll put you into a CPAP machine on a temporary basis, just temporary, you don't have to live with it, but it's just temporary to stabilize the airway while we are rehabilitating the jaw joint. Then once the joint is stable, then we'll move you into a type of dental appliance to bring your jaw forward at night, which will bring the tongue forward, which will stabilize the airway and actually stop the clenching, stop the sleep fragmentation, give you a good night's sleep, give you more energy during the day, and will stabilize the jaw joint for the long time, for the long haul. But we can't do that until we get the joint rehabilitated. So our decision to do CPAP or not will be dependent on what the nature of your study is. If it's significant fragmentation, significant oxygen dropping, we'll be going into CPAP on a temporary basis only. Okay? Okay. So that is how I relate sleep breathing disorders to TMJ problem that the patient has when they come in. I try to outline the problem and the solution at the same time. So I hope this helps you understand, and I want you to know that you need to put this in your own words and use the information you learn as we're growing in this field and integrate it into the way you relate to the patient and the way you treat the patient. Okay? Thank you very much for your attention.